So, day 34 of my fast, and I didn't think I'd be talking to you so soon. Interesting turn of events yesterday. I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you about my experience so far, the first 5 days, 5 nights of being in darkness. Last night at 10 o'clock in the hotel where I'm staying, the alarm went off, emergency, 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 and kept repeating for us to evacuate. So I was naked at the time. There's no point in getting changed really. So, and ceremonies and meditation can be enhanced, but there's no point. No one's going to see me. I don't see myself. Not that I have an issue with that. I just thought if I have to get out urgently, I need to get changed and get myself sorted to evacuate. But as it turned out, after a few minutes, they had to investigate and see what was going on. They found out after actually probably about 10 minutes or more, they were checking into the wardens and whatnot to see what was going on, and it turned out it was a false alarm. So that ended after 5 days, ended the darkness retreat instead of 10, but I decided to go in again, and it can be enhanced to some degree. I feel like I did my diploma in clinical hypnosis, which is what obviously every normal person does, at 21 when I was playing rugby league, to try and get the edge on focusing and that sort of thing. So yeah, when I was 21. And I realised when you meditate or when you do certain things, you bring yourself in and out, it can enhance the whole experience. So I'm not sure how it will work, but obviously chemicals get released in your brain after a few days or so. And then today I had a little bit of sunlight. Obviously the windows, everything's closed. You can't open anything because I'm in isolation. But I saw some sunlight and felt a little bit of warmth. And I'll go back in again, and I'm sure there's still some chemicals that's still there that's the body possibly hasn't processed. So potentially day 3 or so may activate again, and we'll see where that takes me. So in saying that, initially when I mentioned that going into darkness retreat and doing the Vipassana style, watching the breath and being in silence, like it's easy for me. I've done retreats in silence before, and I came out clearer. I came out feeling really good, but it's not always like that, and you can break down, all sorts of things can happen. So I urge, if you haven't done any retreats before or been in silence for 10 days or done anything like that, I wouldn't recommend doing it. And in saying that, if you're your own master in a sense, when I'm doing these, just so you know, so I'm on day 34, I started the darkness retreat at day 28. All the electronics are off. The phone's on. You can still reach me in the hotel. They can still reach me. I've still spoken to people. I'm just in darkness and only spoke when I had to. But every day, you monitor yourself, and it's probably easy to for the fast, because I'm not doing a lot of exercise. So a full fast is you eat when your body gets, or when your stomach tells you want to eat when you get hungry. So every day, if I need to adjust myself, or if I need to eat, or if I need something, or if something happened, I'll just stop, just like I did last night. So when the alarm went off, I just stopped and turned on a light in the background and just slowly adjusted. So it's not about setting targets that you strain and your body has to strain to get there. Obviously there's certain things for that, and people do that for extreme temperatures and all sorts of things, but the biggest issue is psychological and emotional and spiritual. Not that spiritual is an issue, but along the way, if there's things to work on, or if there's things that one may get caught on, that often comes up during these times. So it's good to monitor yourself, see how you're going, take it day by day. Have a soft target, in a sense, I recommend, but see how you go day by day, and adjust as you need to. Don't do it hard, because in my experience with healing or spiritual things or processes, practices, by the time you stop, you've already built up some momentum that it's like you slingshot yourself. So if you build up a certain practice, by the time you stop, you still have momentum, and it sort of takes you up, and it can heighten your emotions or certain things that you may feel. This is my experience. So I'm not exactly educated in spirituality or certain things, or I haven't done a course. This is based on my own life experience of doing retreats, experience over the last 20 years, discovering things about myself, discovering hurdles and obstacles and challenges, and bringing forward what has helped me and what enables me to see how I do and feel how I do now, which people may judge, people may not. It's my own experience, and those that are close to me will have more of an understanding of me, of course, and those that don't know me or have an idea of me have their own views, and that's all okay. Everyone's entitled to their view. So if what I'm saying and what I offer resonates, so be it. If not, there's plenty of teachers out there, not calling myself a teacher, but we all have something to offer. There's plenty of people, plenty of places you can go to seek what you're looking for, whatever it is, whether it's light, whether it's dark, whatever it is. But there's no positioning, as I've mentioned before. It's just pure experience and wanting to help and assist, and I just find softness and compassion and understanding is the way, but that's a two-way street. It has to be some give and take, and if both people are soft, it's something beautiful in that anyway. And I have some very soft friends, I'm blessed there, and when we see each other, we're just open. It's a pretty amazing thing. So obviously this whole journey is about sharing that possibility and that prospect, and to develop that within yourself. So you have patience with yourself, you nurture yourself, you're soft with yourself. In my experience, your whole quality of life will improve, can improve, may improve. So on the experiences for the darkness retreat, the first 3 days I was so grounded, which is interesting because during a fast you tend not to be grounded. Well, you sort of get elated, and you notice when you start eating, and the longer you go without food, the more it impacts you when you do eat, and it's tiny what you eat. You just basically letting your stomach know that food's going to start coming. And when you first eat, your legs are like lead. You feel so anchored. You don't realise how high you're getting, in a sense, a natural high, until you eat. And obviously a darkness retreat and late in a fast, things are heightened. So I wasn't expecting to be very grounded. I felt really anchored to the ground. I feel like it's weird. It's like I knew on some level that things would change and things would happen and adjust, and it's like preparing myself on a subtle level for changes to take place, because I also noticed that at times I felt like my whole body was vibrating. It's like I felt like my DNA is changing, in a sense. And during those times I was laid on the bed and just didn't do much. And if I felt, I did walking meditation as well, which was profound. I've never experienced like a deep trance while walking. Obviously it's doing slow, you're not running into things, you're feeling things and you're taking your time. Walking meditation is more of it's sort of incorporated in some modern Vipassana style retreats where you're bringing awareness with everything you do. So you go slow and you just, instead of just your mind wandering and you're doing something, you're present with what you're doing. And with walking, it can be a pretty deep experience, and I realised how deep in the last few days. So also from day one, or from the first night when I realised I was going into darkness, and I'll go into darkness straight after this video, I had the most vivid dreams, and a lot of it was about childhood. It wasn't nothing concerning or scary, or I was back in my house or in the area where I grew up in my adult form, just observing, and the clarity and vividness was remarkable. That was amazing. And even early on, it happened so sudden. I'm thinking, no, like, I'm meant to be in darkness. Then I realised in my dream that, hang on, this is a dream. And I remember looking and patting myself, going, wow, this is so vivid, and the bright lights and everything. I went, this is amazing for a dream, knowing that I must have been dreaming, and obviously I was. So it was pretty profound. A lot of profound experiences I discovered in the night at times, actually, because often after midnight I found myself wide awake, and I did some meditating in my pyramid, did some mantras and healing, just healing for the world and that sort of thing. And it was a pretty profound experience, and it was, the pyramid heightens things. And did that for a period, did a few rounds with a mala, and these are things I learnt in India. And apart from that, when I wasn't doing that, I had a spot where I was very comfortable on the bed, propped up on pillows. There's 2 beds here, one for meditation, the other one I sleep in. And that's where I spent most of my time. And I had a few epiphanies. My motto is, softness is the way. It's the same as saying, in a sense, love is the way. It's softness is the way I see it, nurturing. It's self-nurturing. It's being gentle with yourself. And that can be confronting for people alone, but it's worth practicing. And I sat in the pyramid during this period, thinking softness or feeling softness is the way. And then I had insight. I was like, I am softness. And that is us, that is our true nature. You're the same as me, where you and I are the same. And then you went further, because I've learnt mantras in India, I've learnt certain ceremonies and different things. It's my passion, I enjoyed it. While I was in India in the early 2000s, I thought, I'm there, I might as well enjoy the experience and see what's in it. And I've discovered things that they do in India. I've discovered American Indian things, and I love it all. It's all amazing, and all shows you aspects of yourself. So I just feel like, for Westerners and people that aren't necessarily going to go to India or aren't into mantras or don't know much about it, it's about bringing in certain energies it can be for a specific purpose, but it can be for healing, it can be for healing yourself, it can be for breaking through things. There's all different aspects. And I just felt, for Westerners, there's a way without learning necessarily mantras, which are Sanskrit. Most of them are Sanskrit, well, a lot of them are, and that has its own potency. But I just realised, I thought, and I'm not the first to say this, and I certainly won't be the last, and it's not what I say, my thing, it's everyone's thing. And to do a mantra is basically repeating something over and over. Typically it's 108 times, could be 27 times. It's usually a sequence of one round is 27. 4 27s is 108. That's a profound number. That's a profound sequence. So mala beads, prayer beads are the same thing. So when to focus our mind, to get our minds off our distractions, off getting caught in our thoughts, people will often, some will use mala beads and do a prayer, like whatever the prayer may be. And I just felt that one thing you can repeat to yourself over and over: I am love, I am love, I am love, and over, and sit with it and go slow and feel it. And I did mantras. I did Sanskrit mantras, medicine Buddha mantras, and different things. And I did the I am love, and to me, it intends everything. And they say where your focus is, what you're worshipping. And I just feel if you sit with I am love, something softness and profound in that. And when you can do that a number of times, even if it's 27, even if it's 3, whatever it is. But I feel if you can do that, you can create a transition within yourself. I feel like it can help get in touch. And when you say these things, if you're feeling angry, feeling animosity or anything, you can bring up that stuff. You can bring it up. but it brings it up to be released. So it doesn't mean that you are angry or that is who you essentially are. It just means it gets the stuff that's surrounding the heart, in my experience. So there's many things you can do. There's many ways you can get in touch with yourself. In my experience, like I said, I can only speak through experience. I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm not, someone's a guru. I'm not, I have no courses and this sort of thing. It's just experience. It's just what I've discovered over the last 20 odd years or more. And based on change I've seen within my friends, it's taken a journey and people around me, and I've had gurus in the past, and their teachings were profound. And might I add, while I don't feel everyone must have a guru as such, the greatest thing when playing rugby league, and I was angry at times, put out anger issues playing rugby league. I reckon to play rugby league you must have anger issues, so probably, I think I did actually. At the times when I was in India, there's times where I couldn't stand myself. I couldn't work out why I was angry. And the one greatest thing of having someone that was a spiritual teacher to guide me was they loved me when I couldn't stand who I was, in a way. And instead of justifying you're wrong, blah, 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 it's like, they must be onto something. And I saw the peace in their eyes. I saw how they were. They must be right. I must be wrong. So I was suffering, they weren't, is how I saw it. So I felt if they're suffering and I'm not, I must be wrong, they must be right. I need to try and discover that. I want to understand. And life will challenge you, and if you seek understanding is your only true answer. Understanding is the only thing that will set you free, in my experience. So it's about learning to be soft with yourself. And you don't have to do mantras, you don't have to do anything, but there are many things you can actually do. So I'm getting a little bit dry. It's time to drink soon because I'm due for water. So there's many things, and you have to choose. And sorry, 1 second. Day 34, getting a little dry. So I just feel you've got to find your way, and I'll share things that I've discovered, and I'll share this journey with you, and this fasting and the darkness retreat, this phase 2, the next part. That'll take me to the last day of my isolation. And obviously, it's not about following my way, it's about discovering yours, about discovering your path, whether it's to travel, whether it's to stay at home, whether it's to raise a family or whatever it is. But attitude's everything. Sentiment within self is everything. That's the key. And I just really feel there's no greater journey than to go within and to be, I just feel to be soft with yourself is the fastest you can go, the fastest you can discover yourself. Now, I used to have a very analytical mind, and I could just trap myself to eternity. And for me to discover and taste my heart, start really tasting it, I did that like feminine aspects. I did things that nurtured myself. And I did things that made my heart ache for something more. And I sort of got addicted to that. I don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. But I got addicted to music that just made my heart ache, and angelic music. That was what I enjoyed. That was my way to really dive deeper into myself. So that might not be for you, and it's like I said, you don't have to go my way, but I'm showing you and things that I've done, and sharing things that some experiences now and any insights that I have, and it's all free and none of it has to be taken. But maybe there's something there, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But in any case, I hope you enjoy the journey. Stay tuned. I will be back, and I'll share. This is a bit longer, obviously a lot has happened, but I'll share the next in 5 days or so. Once I process, go and get myself organised, I'll share another video and tell you about this half of my journey and when I actually start eating. If I don't eat till I finish this dark retreat, that'll be day 39. I may well hit 40. My feeling is I may hit 40, maybe just over, because I'm not burning many calories. That's possible, but like I said, the journey's over when I'm hungry, and that could be any day. So I'm not trying to go as long as I can. I'm just going for as long as I need, and that's it. Just do what you need. Open to change from any day. Open to change. Do what you need to with every given moment without straining too hard or putting untoward duress on yourself. So till the end of the 5-day darkness retreat, take care.